I'm freaking out in the back of the car, wheezing like a dying fish. My allergies are going haywire and I can barely breathe. My vision's all fuzzy, like someone smeared Vaseline on my eyeballs. Then, bam, darkness. Nothing. Like falling asleep and forgetting you ever even dreamed. Except, when I wake up, it's not my cozy bed with Chloe's drool-stained unicorn plushie beside me. It's this sterile white room with a million beeping machines surrounding me. My chest feels like a giant bruise, but at least I can breathe again. This whole thing started at a gas station, in the middle of nowhere, during a crazy rainstorm. There was Sarah, my older sis, looking all stressed out even though she always looks put together in her fancy work clothes. Why was she even there, hundreds of miles away? That question kinda got lost in the shuffle as everything went dark. Next thing I know, I'm stuck in this weird, muffled place. It's dark, but not empty. More like everything's happening underwater. I can't move, can't talk, but this little feeling, like a whisper, keeps telling me to go forward. So, I think about moving, and whoosh, I'm free. Freaky, right? But then there's this soft, glowing light, calling me closer. As I drift towards it, memories flood back. Pizza nights with Chloe, epic forts built with Ethan, that goofy grin my little bro always has. The love I felt for them was like a giant magnet, pulling me back to my world. Except, there was this huge part of me that wasn't ready to leave. I hadn't finished planning sleepovers with Chloe, or figuring out that volcano project with Ethan, and there were definitely more beach trips with Sarah on my list. I still had jokes to tell, hugs to give, and a whole bunch of adventures waiting to happen. The light swirled and shimmered, turning into this doorway thing. Curiosity was winning the fight with fear, so I stepped through. And guess what? I ended up in a place unlike anything I'd ever seen. Green grass stretched forever under these two giant suns, and flowers swayed in a gentle breeze that tickled my nose even though it wasn't even there. Then this figure appeared, all tall and white, like a giant marshmallow. It didn't say anything, but somehow, I just knew. This was a peaceful place, where I could see my whole life laid out like a giant photo album. Funny moments with friends, quiet evenings with family, even those times I messed up, they were all there. But with each memory came a feeling that everything, even the mistakes, made me who I am. Cool, right? But then, this pang of longing hit me. This place was amazing, but a part of me missed the craziness of my normal life. The marshmallow person seemed to get it. It held out a hand, like a silent promise. Your adventure's not over, it seemed to say. There's more fun to be had. The next thing I knew, I was back in the hospital room, harsh lights blinding me. Panic threatened to rise, but then I felt a squeeze on my hand. Sarah, her eyes red and puffy, but filled with relief. The road to recovery was tough, but I faced it with a whole new perspective. The near-death experience wasn't scary anymore. It was like a super cool dream. I told everyone about the two-sun meadow, making them laugh with my descriptions of the floating flowers and the silent conversation. The hospital staff started calling me Sunshine Maya because I spread positivity like glitter, except way less messy. Therapy wasn't just about getting better, it was about making every day the best day ever. Soon, the whole hospital, from the grumpy nurses to the scaredy cat patients, knew me, the girl with the smile, brighter than a double sun. Sharing my story wasn't about bragging, it was about spreading hope. I talked to other kids who were scared or sick, letting them know that even when things seem dark, there's always a reason to fight, a reason to keep living for sleepovers, science projects, and epic beach trips with your favorite people. The near-death experience didn't make me fearless, it just made me appreciate the little things. The warmth of the sun on my face, the smell of freshly baked cookies, the silly jokes my brother told. It made me braver, willing to take on challenges, knowing that even if I failed, I'd learn something. Years later, the memory of the meadow is still super vivid. It's not a place I want to go back to, but it's like a secret wellspring of optimism that I can tap into whenever things get tough. It's a constant reminder that life is precious, and even if you brush against death, there's always hope, always a reason to keep living life to the fullest. The world can be a confusing mess sometimes, filled with homework deadlines, pop quizzes, and that weird feeling in your stomach when you have a crush on someone. But even with all that craziness, there's this amazing spark inside each of us, just like the one I felt in the meadow. It's the spark that makes us laugh until our sides hurt, that makes us cry when we see a sad movie, and that pushes us to try new things, even if we're scared. Sometimes all it takes is a brush with the void to remind us of the incredible things that surround us. It reminds us of the goofy best friends who make us laugh, the supportive family who's always there for us, and the endless possibilities that life holds. And that, I truly believe, is the biggest gift of my near-death experience. It's not just a story of survival, it's a reminder to live every day like an adventure, to squeeze the most out of every moment, and to chase after those silly dreams with a double sun-sized smile. After all, who knows what amazing adventures await just around the next corner? Maybe it's finally conquering that skateboard trick you've been practicing for weeks, or maybe it's making a new friend who loves superhero movies just as much as you do. The point is, there's a whole world of possibilities out there, waiting to be explored. So the next time you're feeling down, or the world seems like a giant homework assignment, just remember the girl with the double sun smile. Remember that even when things get tough, there's always a reason to keep fighting, to keep laughing, and to keep living life to the absolute fullest. Because hey, you never know what incredible adventures might be waiting for you just around the bend.